MTC. Unit 09, No Analysis. Ingrid Bergman was born in Stockholm, Sweden on August 29, 1915. Ingrid Bergman 1915-829. Her mother was German and her father Swedish. Her mother died when she was 3, and her father passed away when she was 12. Eventually she was brought up by her Uncle Otto and Aunt Hulda. Uncle Otto, Aunt Hulda. She was interested in acting from an early age. When she was 17, she attended the Royal Dramatic Theatre School in Stockholm. Royal Dramatic Theatre School. She made her debut on the stage but was more interested in working in films. In the early 1940s, she gained star status in Hollywood, playing many roles as the heroine of the film. 1940. Bergman was considered to have tremendous acting talent, an angelic natural beauty and the willingness to work hard to get the best out of films. Bergman. She was fluent in 5 languages and appeared in a range of films, plays and TV productions. TV. MTC. Good job. Let's start. MTC. Unit 09, No 01. Patricia Bath spent her life advocating for eye health. Patricia Bath. Born in 1942, she was raised in the Harlem area of New York City. 1942, New York City, Harlem. She graduated from Howard University's College of Medicine in 1968. Howard 1968. It was during her time as a medical intern that she saw that many poor people and black people were becoming blind because of the lack of eye care. She decided to concentrate on ophthalmology, which is the branch of medicine that works with eye diseases and disorders. As her career progressed, Bath taught students in medical schools and trained other doctors. In 1976, she co-founded the American Institute for the Prevention of Blindness, AIPB, with the basic principle that eyesight is a basic human right. 1976, AIPB. In the 1980s, Bath began researching the use of lasers in eye treatments. 1980 Bath. Her research led to her becoming the first African American female doctor to receive a patent for a medical device. MTC. Good job. Let's start. MTC. Unit 09, No 02. Born in 1895, Carol Ryrie Brink was orphaned by age 8 and raised by her grandmother. 1895 Carol Ryrie Brink 8. Her grandmother's life and storytelling abilities inspired her writing. She married Raymond Woodard Brink, a young mathematics professor she had met in Moscow, Idaho many years before. Idaho, Moscow. Raymond Woodard Brink. After their son and daughter were born, early in her career, she started to write children's stories and edited a yearly collection of short stories. She and her husband spent several years living in France, and her first novel Anything Can Happen on the River was published in 1934. Anything Can Happen on the River 1934. After that, she wrote more than 30 fiction and non-fiction books for children and adults. 30. She received the Newbery Award in 1936 for Caddy Woodlawn. Caddy Woodlawn 1936 Newbery. MTC. Good job. Let's start. MTC. Unit 09, No 03. Alice Coachman was born in 1923, in Albany, Georgia, USA. Alice Coachman 1923 Georgia, Albany. Since she was unable to access athletic training facilities because of the racism of the time, she trained using what was available to her, running barefoot along the dirt roads near her home and using homemade equipment to practice her jumping. Her talent in track and field was noticeable as early as elementary school. Coachman kept practicing hard and gained attention with her achievements in several competitions during her time in high school and college. Coachman. In the 1948 London Olympics, Coachman competed in the high jump, reaching 5 feet, 6.5 inches, setting both an Olympic and an American record. 1948 Coachman 5 6.5. This accomplishment made her the first black woman to win an Olympic gold medal. She is in 9 different halls of fame, including the U.S. Olympic Hall of Fame. 9. Coachman died in 2014, at the age of 90 in Georgia after she had dedicated her life to education. Coachman 2014 Georgia 90. MTC. Good job. Let's start. MTC. Unit 09, No 04. Vera Rubin was born in 1928 in Philadelphia and grew up in Washington, D.C. Vera Rubin 1928 Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. It was in Washington, D.C. that she started to develop an interest in astronomy. Washington, D.C. She earned a master's degree from Cornell University in 1951 and a doctor's degree from Georgetown University in 1954. 1951 Cornell, 1954 Georgetown. At the age of 22, she made headlines and shocked scientists with her theory about the motion of galaxies. 22. In 1965, Rubin started as a researcher at the Carnegie Institution and became the first woman permitted to use the Hale telescope. 1965 Rubin Carnegie Institution, Hale. She made groundbreaking observations that provided evidence for the existence of a vast amount of dark matter in the universe. She won many prizes for her work, but never the Nobel Prize. She died in 2016 and is celebrated as someone who worked to lead the way for women in astronomy and physics. 2016. MTC. Good job. Let's start. MTC. Unit 09, No 05. The impala is one of the most graceful four-legged animals. Impalas have the ability to adapt to different environments of the savannas. Both male and female impalas are similar in color, with white bellies and black-tipped ears. Male impalas have long and pointed horns which can measure 90 cm in length. 90. Female impalas have no horns. Impalas feed upon grass, fruits, and leaves from trees. When conditions are harsh in the dry season, they come together to search for food in mixed herds which can number as many as 100 to 200 individuals. 100200. The breeding season occurs at the end of the wet season around May. 5. Females give birth in an isolated spot away from the herd. The average lifespan of an impala is between 13 and 15 years in the wild. 1315. MTC. Good job. Let's start. MTC. Unit 09, No 06. Dutch mathematician and astronomer Christiaan Huygens was born in The Hague in 1629. Christiaan Huygens 1629. He studied law and mathematics at his university, and then devoted some time to his own research, initially in mathematics but then also in optics, working on telescopes and grinding his own lenses. Huygens visited England several times, and met Isaac Newton in 1689. Huygens, 1689. In addition to his work on light, Huygens had studied forces and motion, but he did not accept Newton's law of universal gravitation. Huygens. Huygens' wide-ranging achievements included some of the most accurate clocks of his time, the result of his work on pendulums. Huygens. His astronomical work, carried out using his own telescopes, included the discovery of Titan, the largest of Saturn's moons, and the first correct description of Saturn's rings. MTC. Good job. Let's start. MTC. Unit 09, No 07. Lotte Laserstein was born into a Jewish family in East Prussia. Lotte Laserstein. One of her relatives ran a private painting school, which allowed Lotte to learn painting and drawing at a young age. Lotte. Later, she earned admission to the Berlin Academy of Arts and completed her master's studies as one of the first women in the school. Berlin Academy of Arts. In 1928 her career skyrocketed as she gained widespread recognition, but after the seizure of power by the Nazi Party, she was forbidden to exhibit her artwork in Germany. 1928. In 1937 she emigrated to Sweden. 1937. She continued to work in Sweden but never recaptured the fame she had enjoyed before. In her work, Lottie repeatedly portrayed Gertrude Rose, her closest friend. Lot Gertrude Rose. To Lottie, she embodied the type of the new woman and was so represented. Lot. MTC. Good job. Let's start. MTC. Unit 09, No 08. Comma. Born in 1917, Cleveland Amory was an author, an animal advocate, and an animal rescuer. 1917 Cleveland Amory. During his childhood, he had a great affection for his Aunt Lucy, who was instrumental in helping Amory get his first puppy as a child, an event that Amory remembered 70 years later as the most memorable moment of his childhood. Lucy, Amory, 70. He graduated from Harvard College in 1939 and later became the youngest editor ever hired by the Saturday Evening Post. 1939 Harvard College, the Saturday Evening Post. Amory wrote 3 instant best-selling books, including The Best Cat Ever, based on his love of animals. Amory the Best Cat Ever. He founded the Fund for Animals in 1967, and he served as its president, without pay, until his death in 1998. 1967 The Fund for Animals 1998. He always dreamed of a place where animals could roam free and live in caring conditions. Inspired by Anna Sewell's novel Black Beauty, Amory established Black Beauty Ranch, a 1,460-acre area that shelters various abused animals including chimpanzees and elephants. Anna Sewell Black Beauty Amory 1,460 Black Beauty Ranch. Today, a stone monument to Amory stands at Black Beauty Ranch. Amory Black Beauty Ranch. MTC. Good job. Let's start. MTC. Unit 09, No 09. Comma. Thomas Nast was born on September 27, 1840, in Landau, Germany, and moved with his mother and sister to New York in 1846. Thomas Nast 1840927 Landau, 1846 New York. Young Nast was a poor student. He never learned to read or write but showed an early talent for drawing. Nast. When he was about 13 years old, he quit regular school and the next year he studied art with Theodore Kaufman, a photographer and painter. 13 Theodore Kaufman. In 1862 he joined the staff of Harper's Weekly, where he focused his efforts on political cartoons. 1862 Harper's Weekly. Nast made lasting contributions to the American political and cultural scene. Nast. He created the elephant as the symbol for the Republican Party and the modern version of Santa Claus. He also played an important role in the election of Abraham Lincoln in 1864. 1864 Abraham Lincoln. MTC. Good job. Let's start. MTC. Unit 09, Number 10. Comma. Alexander Young Jackson, everyone called him AY, was born to a poor family in Montreal in 1882. Alexander Young Jackson, AY, 1882 Montreal. His father abandoned them when he was young, and AY had to go to work at age 12 to help support his brothers and sisters. AY 12. Working in a print shop, he became interested in art, and he began to paint landscapes in a fresh new style. Traveling by train across northern Ontario, AY and several other artists painted everything they saw. Ontario, AY. They, a group of 7, as they called themselves, put the results of the tour together to create an art show in Toronto in 1920. Group of 7 1920 Toronto. That was the show where their paintings were severely criticized as art gone mad. But he kept painting, traveling, and exhibiting, and by the time he died in 1974 at the age of 82, A.Y. Jackson was acknowledged as a painting genius and a pioneer of modern landscape art. 197482 A.Y. Jackson. MTC. Good job. Let's start. MTC. Unit 09, Number 11. Comma. An American naturalist and marine biologist, William Beebe was born in 1877 in Brooklyn as the son of newspaper executive Charles Beebe, and although some sources have described William Beebe as an only child, he had a younger brother who died in infancy. William Beebe 1877 Brooklyn Charles Beebe, William Beebe. During his high school years Beebe developed an interest in animals and published his first article about a bird known as a brown creeper. Beebe brown creeper. He attended Columbia University, but he never officially graduated. Columbia. Beebe gradually developed an interest in marine biology and began to consider the possibility of diving with a deep-sea vessel to study marine creatures in their natural habitat. Beebe. In 1928 he met an American deep-sea diver named Otis Barton, who had been working on a design for a deep diving sphere. 1928 Otis Barton. After several test dives, in 1934 he and Barton made history with a record descent to 3,028 feet off the coast of Bermuda. 1934 Barton Bermuda 3,028. In 1949, he founded a tropical research station in Trinidad and continued his research there until his death in 1962. 1949, Trinidad 1962. MTC. Good job. Let's start. MTC. Unit 09, Number 12. Comma. Shah Rukh Khan is an Indian film actor and producer. Shah Rukh Khan. Khan studied economics in college but spent much of his time at Delhi's Theatre Action Group, where he studied acting. Kandalhai Theatre Action Group. He moved from Delhi to Mumbai to pursue a full-time career in Bollywood, which led him to great fame. Bollywood Dalhai Mumbai. Referred to in the media as the King of Bollywood or King Khan, he has appeared in more than 80 Bollywood films. King of Bollywood King Khan 80 Bollywood. In 2007, the French government awarded Khan the Order of Arts and Letters for his contribution to cinema. 2007 Khan the Order of Arts and Letters. He is regularly featured on lists of the most influential people in Indian culture, and in 2008, he was chosen as one of the 50 most powerful people in the world. 200850. Khan's philanthropic endeavors have provided healthcare and disaster relief, and he was honored with UNESCO's Pyramid Khan Marni Award in 2011 for his support of children's education. Khan, 2011 UNESCO Pyramid Khan Marni.